Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into Manchester United's financial problems and how they could impact the club's ability to strengthen its squad in the upcoming summer transfer window. Despite being one of the richest clubs in the world, United is facing some serious financial hurdles. Let's break it all down and explore what could happen. Manchester United, one of the most storied football clubs on the planet, is facing a financial crunch. While the club remains among the wealthiest, with revenues in the hundreds of millions, there are underlying problems that are affecting their transfer plans. To understand why, we need to look at a few key areas. 1. Debt issues. United has been carrying significant debt for years. As of 2024, the club's debt stands at around £1 billion, mostly due to the leveraged buyouts by the Glazers in 2005 and over £300 million transfer fees owed. The burden of paying this off has been weighing heavily on the club's financial flexibility. In recent years, interest payments alone have been massive, reducing the funds available for player signings. 2. Declining revenue streams. Revenue from matchday sales, merchandise and broadcasting deals are down compared to previous years. With performances on the pitch not matching expectations, United has struggled to secure lucrative commercial deals, and the club's lack of Champions League football this season, 2024 to 2025, means it's missing out on significant income from the premium UEFA competition. Europa League income pales in comparison to the Champions League income. One of the major reasons United is struggling financially is the ownership structure. The Glazers have been in charge since 2005, and while the club has made significant profits, much of that money has been used to service debt and fund dividends for the owners, rather than reinvesting into the team. The lack of ownership change or new investment has put United in a difficult spot. The recent part purchase by INEOS was nowhere near what the club required. A full sale, with the debt cleared and a clean slate, would have set the club on sound financial footing, consigning the Glazers to distant memory. As it is, the club is still saddled by the vampires, and INEOS seems grossly out of its depth. As far as running a football club the size of Manchester United, or any size at all, going by their previous track record. INEOS simply enabled the Glazers, left the club saddled with the debt and set it back many years, as far as getting rid of the vultures are concerned. Without a full sale, the Glazers will likely continue to prioritise debt repayments over reinvesting fully into the squad and the facilities. It doesn't appear that paying off the debt forms any part of their business plan. What do you think about the Glazers' stewardship so far? What about INEOS? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth Manchester United analysis. Another factor that could limit United's summer transfer plans is financial fair play, FFP regulations. FFP rules are designed to prevent clubs from spending beyond their means. While United has been able to spend large sums in the past, they've still had to operate within FFP boundaries. Even with a more lenient approach to FFP over the past few seasons, United is still restricted in terms of how much they can spend without breaking the rules. And with debts lingering, the club can't just splash cash freely like they did in previous years. The club will need to ensure they raise funds through player sales or securing additional revenue streams before they can think about big money signings. To make room for new talent, United will likely have to sell players first. But that's easier said than done. There are a number of underperforming players who are on high wages but aren't attracting the level of interest needed to generate substantial transfer fees. Take players like Casemiro and Antony, for example. Both players have struggled for consistency, and their market value has dropped drastically. Unless United can offload these players on favourable terms, they may not have the funds available to bring in the calibre of signings they need. One of the biggest blows to Manchester United's finances is the lack of Champions League football for the 2024 to 2025 season. And unless we win the Europa League this season, we seem set to miss out on Europe Premier competition for a second season running. Missing out on Europe's most prestigious competition means United is losing out on millions in revenue. With Champions League clubs generating substantial income from group stage participation, United's failure to qualify will directly impact the club's spending power. Without that income boost, the club will be relying heavily on other sources of revenue, like commercial deals and domestic success. But even then, it's not a guarantee that the club will be able to make the necessary signings, especially when competing with clubs that have Champions League income in their pockets. Ruben Amorim is a talented manager, but he's been under considerable pressure due to the team's inconsistent form. The need for new players who can play Amorim's style of football to improve United's squad is undeniable. The team needs reinforcements in key areas like midfield, defence, and attack. But if the financial situation doesn't improve, it's unclear whether he'll be able to bring in the quality players needed. There have been talks of targets like Victor Osimhen or Giovanni Quenda, but the club's financial state raises doubts. Unless United can sell players, reduce their wage bill, or secure additional investment, these high-profile signings will likely remain out of reach. So what does all of this mean for Manchester United's future? Well, fans may have to lower their expectations for the upcoming summer window. It's possible the club will focus on more affordable signings or even rely on youth prospects to fill gaps in the squad. United's financial problems are deep-rooted, and unless there's a major change of approach by the ownership with respect to the debt profile of the club, or a significant improvement in on-field performance, leading to an unlikely success in the Europa League, it's going to be tough to see them make the big money moves fans are hoping for. However, the club has a rich history and an eager fan base, so they'll continue to push for success, even in difficult times. That's it for today's video. Manchester United's financial struggles are certainly going to shape the club's future, and it'll be interesting to see how they navigate the upcoming transfer window. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe for more content on all things Manchester United. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you think United should handle this situation? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.